The 4,038 Ford GTs produced between 2005 and 2006 take inspiration from the legendary Ford GT40 that took first, second, and third at the 1966 24 Hours of Le Mans. With no carbon fiber or computerized driving aids, the Ford GT may feel a bit outdated compared to other modern supercars. But like the car it was based on, once you head out onto the track, the numbers do the talking. An all-aluminum 5.4-liter V8 is mid-mounted and sits low in the car's frame. Supercharged to produce 550 bhp at 6,500 RPM, the car can accelerate to 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds. Capable of reaching speeds of over 200 miles per hour, the car remains responsive and will slide without ever feeling like it will bite. Although at first glance it may seem to be identical to the Ford GT40, the Ford GT is in fact longer, wider, taller, and structurally very different. The 2006 model year saw two limited edition paint schemes added to the Ford GT's palette: tungsten gray with silver stripes, and the distinctive heritage blue and orange heritage livery option.
Central to all units, officers require assistance on East Gorge Freeway. Units still required on scene, please respond.
Lamborghini is redefining the future of the supersports car with a unique technology demonstrator. Its name, which means sixth element and refers to the position of carbon on the periodic table, hints at the extensive use of Lamborghini's advanced carbon fiber technology throughout its construction, including parts of the suspension and wheels. With an overall curb weight below 1,000 kilograms, coupled with the same V10 engine that was previously only found in the Gallardo LP574 Superleggera, the Sesto Elemento is capable of a truly staggering 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time of 2.5 seconds. Every single kilometer in the Sesto Elemento is sheer fascination, due in part to the relentless traction attained by using a permanent all-wheel drive system. Every single line of a Lamborghini has a clear function. The two vertical ribs at the front improve stiffness and guide the cooling air directly to the radiator and brakes. The triangle, like the one around the door handle, is a recurring theme that can also be seen on the air outlets in the hood. Surfaces have an outstanding red shimmer thanks to a nanotechnology which adds fine crystals during the final stage of production. the Porsche engineers knew exactly what their objective was: to make the new 911 GT2 RS the most powerful Porsche for the road. Objective achieved. The water-cooled six-cylinder bi-turbo Boxster engine with 4-valve technology, variable turbine geometry, VTG, and VarioCam Plus delivers its power through the rear axle. From its 3.6-liter capacity, it generates an enormous 620 horsepower at an engine speed of 6,500 RPM and 700 Newton-meters between 2,250 and 5,500 RPM. Couple this with a weight reduction, compared to the GT2, of 70 kilograms from the clever use of carbon, aluminum, polycarbonate, and a single-mass flywheel, you have a class-leading weight-to-power ratio of 2.21 kilograms per horsepower. Carbon elements have been used wherever possible, including the front lid, spoiler lip, and rear wing. Even the mud flaps are available in carbon as an option. These not only save weight, but their distinctive matte black finish allows the 911 GT2 RS to be easily recognized when compared to the 911 GT2. Created to celebrate 15 years of outstanding performance, Agira, the Swedish verb to act, is used to symbolize everything that Koenigsegg does best. With over 1,000 Newton-meters of torque available from 2,680 to 6,100 RPM, zero fade brakes regardless of track or road conditions, the latest hypercar from Koenigsegg continues the evolutionary approach and tradition to perfect the end result based on previous experience. Also short for the Greek word agiratos, which in ancient Greek means ageless, the original shape of the Koenigsegg CC, created 15 years ago, is still valid today. The Agira stays true to the original philosophy, shape, and size of the original CC. At the same time, it looks, feels, and performs like something belonging to the future. The Pagani dealer for Hong Kong had a very unique proposal: to be able to sell road-legal Zonda Rs. At a cost nearing $2 million each, only 5 cars were built, which is why the car is named Cinque. With an obvious focus on performance, the ride of the Zonda Cinque is very low. It is only through the use of exotic materials such as titanium and an aluminum-magnesium alloy that allows the chassis, suspension, and wheels to perform like a race car on the uneven surfaces of everyday roads. The chances of owning the new Revington Roadster? 1 in 700 million. Costing a cool $250,000 more than the Revington, this car is also limited to only 20 examples. With 40 years of building open-top cars, Roadsters are a way for Lamborghini to add that extra emotional component to their technological expertise. Where the engine in the Revington was a tuned version of the LP640's engine, the Revington Roadster features an engine almost identical to the one used in the hardcore LP670 4 Super Veloce. Unlike the Revington, the exclusive paint used has a matte grey finish that is brought to life in sunlight due to the inclusion of metal particles. The wheels are formed of 5 Y-form spokes, which include a carbon crescent-shaped fin that helps cool the brakes even further.
Contact on multiple vehicles, racing, moving fast. Where can you catch up to them?
Suspect is headed to the suspect just around me.
Central requesting a roadblock.
I'm putting together units ahead of your position. Maintain current route. Roadblock unit dispatch. Please be advised of target position. In pursuit of a Lamborghini Revington Roadster.
Suspect is driving extremely dangerously. We've got to end this now.
Spike strip deployed.
Suspect is not responding to my instructions. Let's see how he responds to this.
Officer, please proceed with caution. Suspect, resisting arrest. Fight it back.
Central requesting permission to release the spike strip.
Confirmed. Spike strips are authorized for use. Pursuit is headed onto Hope Road.
Suspect's fighting back. I'm taking damage. Negative on the stop. Vehicle still mobile.
Suspect has evaded the spike strip. Repeat, suspect evaded spike strip. Maintain pursuit.
Yeah, this guy's not stopping. I'm gonna run a block on him.
All units, pursuit escalation. Use all available force. Suspect has evaded the spike strip. Repeat, suspect
Originating from the pits of Le Mans after a 16th overall victory, the engineers went on... The fastest Lamborghini ever. With the Super Veloce name and a price tag of $450,000, a lot is expected from the Murcielago LP670 4SV. Lamborghini don't disappoint. Everything about this car is pure perfection. Optimized valve timing and a reworked intake system has pushed the power output of the 6.5-liter V12 engine to 670 horsepower. Reworked aerodynamics all around mean the most extreme Murcielago is capable of hitting speeds of up to 212 miles per hour. From the monstrous rear wing that looks over the engine cover's transparent hexagonal polycarbonate plates to the enlarged front splitter and rear diffuser which guide the airflow around and under the car with purpose, there is an unmistakable purity of intent that the Super Veloce fulfills.